I call on the Minister to conclude the debate. He has 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Leskin Corla. First of all, I'd like to thank all the deputies for their comments and contributions, and very much respect all views on both sides of the House and the concerns that you all raised. And deputies have highlighted the importance of our military neutrality. I think all speakers did, and our reputation for peacekeeping. However, I would suggest that the Irish public would also consider it important that the brave men and women of Óglaigh na hÉireann serving overseas are protected, as all other military personnel operating on the same mission or on the same exercise, that they would also have equally be protected. We would also want our personnel to benefit fully from the training available through exercising with peacekeeping partners and troop contributing states, where such opportunities are available. In the face of increasingly complex crisis management operations, such exercises can contribute extensively to the capacity and capability of any mission. Ratification of the SOFAs can deliver these benefits for our Defence Force members, and without in any way compromising or diminishing our traditional policy on military neutrality. The SOFA agreements will offer our Defence Forces members equal protections and immunities as their colleagues from other countries, where they are working alongside on missions and operations abroad, and ensure that they are not restricted in relation to such operations or exercises. As previously outlined, the EU and Partnership for Peace SOFAs are standard agreements which apply in relation to certain EU and NATO-led overseas crisis management operations and exercises. They provide members of the Irish Defence Forces with the same immunities and privileges as all other contributors, without the requirement for complex side agreements between Ireland and other contributors, which is currently the case. In relation to the PFP SOFA, it is important to note that the EU crisis management operations and battle groups have operated under this agreement, where it has been the third state participation in operations at very common security and defence policy missions, and operations also involve third state participation from non-EU member states. These third states are usually parties to the PFP SOFA, but not party to the EU SOFA, therefore making it more appropriate to apply the PFP SOFA in such a context. The ratification of the SOFA simply means that the Defence Forces can acquire the rights and privileges of these arrangements as a matter of right, rather than having to rely on difficult or contentious exchange of letters between jurisdictions which may or may not be concluded on their behalf. In the past, issues have unnecessarily arisen in relation to the completion of exchange of letters through no fault of either party concerned. And this was a reality in 2016, as Deputy Chambers outlined, when, as part of Ireland's participation in the German-led battle group, Germany advised that it could not facilitate the exchange of letters arrangements in the time required due to legal, constitutional and parliamentary requirements. As a result, Ireland could not participate in the field exercises undertaken by all other battle group participants in the German battle group. This is unsatisfactory from a training and interoperability perspective. We also had to rely on the goodwill of partners and members of the Defence Force in respect of the deployment to the battle group operation headquarters for the standby period. The SOFAs is in no way compromise our national position of our policy on military neutrality. Again, as I've said earlier, since there is a constitutional prohibition under Article 15(2) of Ireland agreeing to receive the base foreign troops on its territory, there is no situation in which SOFA could have application in respect of foreign forces in Ireland, including forces in transit or visiting personnel. The reservations which will attach to our instrument of ratification makes this absolutely explicit and leaves absolutely no room for ambiguity, where it states that Ireland shall not be receiving state for the purposes of the present agreement. Again, Leskin Corla, our Defence Forces should be protected in the same manner as all other military personnel with whom they operate on missions and exercises when deployed outside of the state. Ratifying the SOFA provides these protections. I would again like to thank the members of the House for their contributions, and I will consider what has been said in advance of further discussions at the Select Committee on Foreign Affairs and Trade and Defence. And I do respect each and everybody's view. I've taken on your concerns, but the one thing that I do want to say is that this does not question our military neutrality in any way. Again, Las Concorda, I would now propose that the motion be referred to the committee for its consideration. Thank you very much.